Good afternoon. Welcome to This is Private Practice. I haven't given you a weather update for a while. It's beautiful. It is a gorgeous time of year. We've gone through the stupidly hot Februaries that we have here in Australia or on the east coast of Australia, and we've hit autumn, otherwise known as fall, and it's just beautiful. A little cooler in the mornings, but that's kind of nice. It makes you a bit snuggly when you're getting up in the morning, or it makes it harder to get up in the morning, depending on whether you're a half glass full or half glass empty type of person. So how is your week going? We've managed to make it through to Thursday here, which means it's Friday tomorrow, and I'm rather excited about the weekend coming up. And I'm pretty excited to be talking to you this afternoon about another one of those resources that we get to manage in our businesses. And there's a lot written on managing money. There is a lot said about managing money. There's a whole industry dedicated to money mindset. There are books written about it. There's so much teaching available on what we're supposed to do with our money and how we're supposed to attract more money into our life. And it's a bit like the whole diet industry, really. Everybody's got an opinion on how you're supposed to eat and how you're supposed to exercise and what you're supposed to do to maintain your optimal health. Hello, Frances Harvey. It's lovely to see you this afternoon, evening. Are you struggling to sleep? So for me, look, talking about money is it's like trying to talk to people about dietary change. It's one of those things that people resist, even resent, we balk at, we get tied up in knots about, we tell ourselves all sorts of fabulous money stories. And I know this stuff really well because I grew up in a family where I was led to believe that we were living on the edge of bankruptcy. I grew up where credit cards were the way that you spent your money. I grew up thinking that if you had a little bit of money left over, you had to spend it immediately because it might not be there tomorrow. I left my first marriage and got into a heap of debt, a heap of unnecessary debt. And the only way I learned to get out of it was to sell my first house. And it took me 10 years to get back into the property market. So I feel a little bit kind of okay about talking to people about managing money. But I don't want to talk to you about laws of attraction or the Profit First book or, affirmations or abundant stuff. I just want to give you some practical guidance and steps around why managing money in your business is so important. So the first thing you need to understand, having money in a business, it's called cash flow. So you need cash to flow through your business. Otherwise you can't operate. It's not called cash damming. It's not called sticking it away and pretending that the government doesn't get their share. You need cash to operate. And I meet so many health professionals that really struggle with that concept. And a lot of it comes from the fact that we don't think we're paid enough. So I've got a whole heap of places I could have gone with that. But if you don't feel like you're earning enough or receiving enough, then what you're going to want to do is hold on to it and hold on to it really tight. And then you resent having to let it go, even if it's for letting go of things that you need to do to be able to allow your business to function. Now, I am not for a minute suggesting anybody needs to get into insurmountable debt, take on lots of credit, and overspend. In fact, I am anti all of those things. There comes a point where you need to increase your funds available and you may not have the cash in your business to do it. And getting credit to help you manage your business is smart, but you need wisdom around that. But I'm not even talking about that today. I want to get back to some really simple things. Number one, you can't avoid money. And if you've got problems and hang-ups and issues and concerns about money, you've got some work to do. So if this is you, then please dedicate the next 6 months to reading and learning as much as you can about money mindset and how people who seem to have a lot of money or are good with money or are living a lifestyle with money that you aspire to, get beside them and learn. One of the best books I ever read was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That was so powerful for me. And it's an old book, but the concepts are still the same. And they're the concepts that I've chosen to speak into my son's life because I really wanted to apprehend and get rid of some of this crappy money mindset stuff that I grew up with. So we've got so much information about money, but the money is a flow. It comes in and it goes out. It comes in and it goes out. Now, ideally, we want more money coming in than we want going out. I know that sounds basic, but we have to make this basic because we've learned to scare ourselves and turn our amygdala on when it comes to talking about money. And I can't get into all of that today. So ideally, we want more money coming in than we want going out. But where most people start to freak out about money is they're expecting to be told all the time, stop doing something, stop spending, stop spending. You can't have this, you can't do that, you can't have this, you can't have that. So if we're already apprehensive about this thing called money, and we believe we're going to be punished or told we can't, because let's face it, we're adults, we don't like being told no, then why on earth would we want to even go anywhere near this topic? And why wouldn't we want to address it? It's scary and it's going to make us uncomfortable and we're going to feel like we're going to get into trouble all the time. So why would we want to do that? So we don't. So what I want to tell you today is it doesn't have to be that way. Now, I cannot in a 10-minute video this afternoon address everybody's issues around money and their beliefs and their attitudes. And this takes practice and it takes time. It's like, you put 20 cents into a money box and as a kid and you watched it grow. Yes, I could do that when I was a child. Now it's probably not 20 cents because I think some kids are getting notes for their tooth from the tooth fairy. So there are some concepts that I had to get my head around when it came to money. One was making sure that I knew what it cost me to live. Now, most people are terrified of that because they think that they're going to be told that they can't live like that. That's not the question. Stop jumping ahead. Work out what it costs you to live. So work out what it costs you to eat, your rent or your mortgage, your petrol, your fuel expenses. Just go collect the data. Right now, it's just data. I'm not telling you should or shouldn't do anything. Just go collect the data. Then you'll work out what it is that you need to be bringing in terms of money each week. You do this for your life. You do this for your business. There's no rights or wrongs. I'm not here to tell you where you need to shave money or not spend money or not do anything. All we want to know is how much does it cost me to live? That's simple. Then I'd like you to spend a solid 3 months totally focused on money coming into your account. Only the money coming in. Because we are really, really good at looking at all the stuff going out. And that's what we focus on. So if we're focused on it, all we're going to be aware of is what's going out, what's going out, what's going out. Now, I did this exercise and I loved it. And I know that there are a lot of instructors around who teach you to do this. So I'm not going to say that it's mine. I just can't remember who taught me. Where for 3 months, I wrote down every day how much money just came in. And I do it with a pen and a piece of paper. I wrote down how much was coming into my business every single day. Now, there were some days when there wasn't any, and I just put it down as a 0. Because all this is doing is bringing your awareness to what is coming in so that you can get used to money coming in. And I can assure you that it's kind of a good feeling watching the money come in. Now, I know some of you are sitting there because I know one of you is on this call right now going, but all that will do is show me how much money is going out. Stop jumping ahead. Just focus on what is coming in. We're trying to change your behavior at a really, really prime level here at the moment. We're trying to reduce your anxiety around working with money. Okay? So, if money is a big issue for you, or if you get scared about it, or you don't like doing your bookkeeping, or you're avoidant of it, then please spend the next 6 months learning everything you can about money mindset and how people manage money. Go back over this video again. I have a program. I've just never published it. So I probably need to go and do that because I think that might be helpful. The second thing is I want you to just focus on what is coming in, what is coming into your life, what is coming into your business. Now, I'm not saying don't pay taxes or don't ignore, please don't be ignoring or not paying bills. I want you to become more mindful of what is coming in rather than what we do naturally, which is watch what is going out. Okay. And the final thing that I think is super, super important for everybody is you've got to know how much it costs to live. I am now going to credit my husband to this because I could not get through this part without his discipline around this. And I now know that we have enough money to live on every week. We have enough money to go on all the vacations we take. We're paying off our own property plus our investment properties. It's become a non-issue for me. because I know how to make more money, and also because I know that he has taught me how to analyze what it costs to live and how to manage that. So I don't want to overwhelm you today, but I do want to be quite structured in giving you some really key things that you can do to help ease the burden of managing money in your business. Because if you don't have cash flowing in and out, you won't have a business. You need to be able to pay for things. You cannot run any type of business without spending money. You just can't. Nope, you can't. You have to spend it on something. Nope, still haven't got any ideas on any business that operates without spending money. No. Okay, so we'll call that a day. I think that this would be the type of video that lots of people need to see. So if you feel inclined, please share it with your communities, because I think it's been worthwhile and you probably haven't learned anything new. What I hope I've done is given you permission to go back to really basic stuff and get that under control, because once you've got that under control, you can move into the more sophisticated or more anxiety producing activities. Don't try and run before you can walk. I did that. I ended up in a truckload of debt. It was not pleasant, and it took a sale of a house to get out of it. I don't want that for anyone else because it's actually not necessary. All righty, people, I'm looking forward to talking to you again tomorrow at Celebration Friday. Please turn up with your celebration points, and I'm going to speak into some energy stuff, not fufu-wawa energy stuff on managing our energy. There will be no Reiki or crystal healing here because I don't know how to do that. All right. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. Go be your awesome self.